still on. Have you ever read this book, Richard Wright's American Hunger?
That is American Hunter.
Yeah, by Richard Wright.
What that these I just got a chance to glance through one gave me this one. I looked through just a little facts and facts and vision and this one I found a few of the outstanding building around in Richmond. Mm-hmm. No, Richmond is quite a historic city. It bridges the gap which once was between the North and the South. And as I studied the Civil War, I was somewhat surprised, not surprised, but somewhat wondering why Richmond. Well, I guess if they did, Richmond being the chief slave trading state, why they didn't go with the North, because General Robert E. Lee really were offered the position commanding of the Union forces, and by his home, I guess, being Virginia, and his state seceding, and that was an interesting period in American history. You know, I was talking with my grand, and I told him American got a they celebrating 400 years of history, but I said I really don't consider about 3 major changes in American history in them 400 years, but there was a lot of little subdivision in there. They actually worked with those. I told them I thought the Revolutionary War was won, and I told them I thought the Civil War was 2, and I told them I thought the Civil Rights Movement was 3. Now many things happened under those heading A, B, C, and D, but those who love history know that the country hang by a thread during the Revolutionary War. Washington hadn't won that victory at Trenton, might not have been a country, and that's the same way it go by a few victory that the Union forces won during the Civil War. It's been a different altogether, and I thought those things really changed the direction of the country. All of them other things, they had a lot of tremendous effect, but I thought they were main. So Richmond is a very historical city, and that what this book is about. Some of the great building around here, I didn't know, but at that particular time, black not familiar now, but much of the architecture was done by blacks. See, right. Blacks were the artists and different things to build the bridges and the houses and the different things. Even
in the Jackson Ward area.
Yeah, even the slaves, they were talented and gifted, and they built. So I would just she know I'm a history buff, and she always buying me something along the historical line to read. I got one that you gave me in a hospital. I picked up 3 in the hospital, and some night I'll be back there, and I'll get some out of one. Next thing I know, I fall off to sleep. I get a little out of another. Yeah, but
well, it depends on the mood you're into, whether you want history or comedy. The other one's informative, but it's also funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this book, American Hunger.
What based that one about?
It's part of Richard Wright's autobiography. It's about his life as a man, though, not Black Boy's about his life as a boy.
Okay.
And this was a book I received I had to purchase it for an art class I was taking, and I remember thinking how stupid it was that we were having to read books in an art class.
Okay.
But she made us read the books of various authors and visual artists and performance artists, because the life of the artist has a lot of things in common.
Okay.
And this book, more than any other book, influenced who I'd become.
All right.
And it's because Richard Wright was a brilliant man.
Okay, Richard Wright.
Yes.
He wrote that one.
Yes. It's
Okay.
his autobiography.
You know, Richard Wright was one of my beloved author, and of course, you know, it's the time he was writing, the country wasn't ready to accept his idea. It's strange that how society moved. That once was called radical and revolutionary, becoming the commonplace. That's reading. I'm skeptical when a lot of time when people label ideas and different things as put a tag on them radical, because I guess they did the same. Well, they did do the same thing in the beginning of this country. Radical to break away from the motherland. Radical to do that, and my theory is that in life there's a few people in the advance guard, and the masses is in the middle, and there are some in the rear, and those adversaries which in the rear, you always gonna be 50 or 100 years before you bring them into the mainstream. But the advance guard will bring the main body along, and I guess in society, I guess there are less than 10% of the people who I would consider in the advance guard, you know, that move it and shaking society and bringing it along and bringing it into new ideas and new things. And then there's about 10 to 15% that I don't care what you do, you ain't gonna never get them to come along. They're gonna always linger about 100 to 75 to 100 years behind me in ideas. Yeah.